Welcome, class of 2020. Congratulations on graduating from the University of Florida. My name is Onye Ozuzu. I am the Dean of the College of the Arts. I want to take a moment with you to acknowledge your work and your great accomplishments, and to also join you in acknowledging those that have helped you to get here, your families, your friends, your fellow students, your instructors, your faculty. Congratulations all. You, class of 2020, have graduated in, shall we say, a very unique semester. And I want to commend you as well on the flexibility and strength that you've shown during this, your final semester. Your resilience in this moment is a feeling that you will not forget. It is a capacity that you will take with you into the future. And we will need you to have it. You have witnessed a transition where technology has functioned in this moment where COVID-19 called for worldwide social distancing and an end in many ways to travel. You have participated in a moment where we have, even in the trauma and the struggles of this moment, also explored the possibilities of a world where our technologies can facilitate our capacities to communicate, to be together, to experience gatherings, to experience travel from place to place in a digitally mediated reality. This is an experience that will give your generation a very unique perspective. Much of your education has happened in a world pre-COVID-19, pre the Internet of Things fully taken over, pre a world that's networked by artificial intelligence. And much of your work and living and contribution to shaping society will happen post. And so you sit in this very important transition generation. You will have a double language, if you will, an ability to paint a picture and to connect to people whose whole way of thinking and consciousness rests in the world pre, as well as to deeply understand and communicate to young people who are maybe just starting high school this year and whose whole way of teaching and learning and being in the world and connecting with their friends will evolve in a world post. You will have the capacity to communicate with people on both sides of what is shaping up to be probably a paradigmatic transition in human existence. Human civilizations have always been something of a dance of what we do with the tools that we create. Our tools help us to manifest our visions and dreams, our plans, our values. They mediate our relationships to one another, our ability to travel, our ability to communicate, and our ability to be in relationship, various types of relationship to the earth upon which we live. They allow us to evolve those ways of being in relationship to one another, to our environment. Artists and creatives have always had sort of an interesting role in that dance. I think in some ways, we are often the ones that take a tool that's set out to do a very predictable and prescribed job for humanity as humanity is imagining itself to be. And we tend to say, hey, but it might be able to do something else too, something less expected. And as technologies change and fundamentally change the way we do things, they often have these weird references back to the way we used to do things before those technologies existed. Think about music composition software and how it often has a graphic that refers back to a tape deck. I've often laughed when I look at those things because many of the young people or not even so young people that work on them and create the music of our generation have never actually touched a tape deck or manipulated those fast forward or rewind buttons that the image on the graphic refers back to. So there's something that flows through our advances of technology. There's something about human existence itself, and that the technology is the methodology for us to express ourselves, something about what we value and something about what we're capable of. Technology should facilitate human imagination and human expression. And in many ways, and in many places, and in many times, it is you, the artists, the scholars, educators, creatives, people that like to take a tool and flip it on its head and do something unexpected with it. And particularly people like you who have the positionality to remember how things used to be, to appreciate how things are, who can figure out how things need to be next. So I think that what I hope for you is that as you celebrate yourselves, and you should celebrate yourselves, and consider how crazy this semester has been and how amazing it is that you moved through that, found your legs, found your balance, and graduated. I want you to take with you an understanding that the resilience that you demonstrated and that you experienced come out of yourself is going to strengthen you and prepare you for the future that you are facing. And your experience of that resilience and the transition that's happening while you're being educated is going to uniquely prepare you to have a point of view, buoyed by the skills and the technology that you have access to shape really important experiences that we are going to need in the future. Congratulations, class of 2020. You've done a great job. Enjoy it. Stay safe, and wherever you go in the world, stay in touch, and go Gators.